on average, buying lunch every day can cost someone nearly $2,000 a year. That is a lot of cash, not to mention the amount of unhealthy options that most people choose when they're on the go. So today we are enlisting the help of registered dietitian Paula Gallagher with Giant Eagle Market District as part of our Cooking for Wellness segment. So it is good to see you again, Paula.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, first of all, why do you think that people always tend to eat out versus packing their lunch?
I think people tend to overcomplicate it and think that lunch has to be very fancy if you're packing it, when really just going back to the brown bag basics and making it very simple is the way to go.
And we have learned that it's a big money saver. So we're going to go through some great options today because this is really easy. It doesn't have as people make it, right?
Exactly. And what you want to aim for when you're packing a lunch is trying to get all of your food groups. So we have our fruits, veggies, grains, dairies, and protein, and you want to try to get all 5 every time you pack your lunch.
And one of the easiest ways, I think, is you brought these kind of nifty little containers because they make it easy because they do the work for you.
Exactly. Yeah, we carry these at our Giant Eagle. We have all different varieties of them. And the nice thing about them is they do fit all of your food groups. So it really takes the guesswork out of it.
Okay, you're going to start by making a really delicious sounding salad.
Yes.
So what are we putting together?
So we're going to start at the bottom here. We're going to throw our lettuce in. So we have our vegetable right there.
And always the greener lettuce. I've learned iceberg has not a lot of nutrients.
Yep, I actually did a mix of romaine and spring mix.
Okay, perfect.
We're going to throw some black beans. So this is going to be our vegetarian protein source that we're going to throw on here. So we're going to throw our black beans on there.
And black beans add a lot of flavor.
They do.
If you eat a salad like that, you almost don't need a lot of dressing.
Exactly.
Because they kind of have that consistency to
right.
them.
And then to make it Southwestern, we're going to put the top right back on, and we're going to throw our avocado in here. So that will be thrown on right before we eat it. And then we're also going to throw in some cheddar cheese, and that's going to go right in this portion. And we're also going to throw some tortilla chips in there. So that'll give it a nice little crunch.
Yeah, and I like that you're having cheese, you're having a little bit of that crunch going on with the carbs. You don't have to dismiss kind of any of those food groups,
Exactly.
Right?
The thing is, with these containers, they're all in the right portion size. So you can have the tortilla chips, you can have a little bit of cheese, just make sure it's in the right portion.
Okay.
And then our last little cup right here is for our dressing that we'll put in, and that's just kind of an extra, it doesn't really fit in a food group, so we'll throw that in there. We put it all together and our lunch is ready to go. It has all 5 food groups in there.
Perfect. And you're excited because you're like, ooh, I get this fancy meal.
Exactly.
For my lunch. And it was very easy. Okay, I'm going to make something, and people tend to kind of think, is a deli sandwich really healthy? Can I make it healthy? But you can. So tell me what I'm going to kind of put together to make
Yep,
this.
so we're starting with a bagel thin, so that's going to be a lower carb, low calorie option. We're using the whole wheat one. And then we're going to throw some of our Dietz & Watson, that's our Market District brand. It's our light turkey breast, so it's lighter in sodium.
And they make delicious condiments too.
They do.
Can I just say that? I always get those.
Yes.
Okay.
So throw those
that
on. And then we're going to, I got some cheese from our deli section too, so we're going to throw on a slice of Colby.
A good slice.
Yeah.
You're not trying to, give me the thin one that's 10 calories.
Right.
Like, we're actually
one
getting a
slice of
decent
cheese,
slice.
exactly.
Okay.
And you can put the top on that sandwich. So our sandwich is done. So really when you're packing a deli sandwich, you want to look for low sodium deli meat and really watch the condiments that you're putting on it because those can add up in sodium.
And I do want to add that if you wanted to put some kind of condiment on here, a really good option coming from this plate is the hummus.
Absolutely.
And that acts as, it's different because it's not mayonnaise.
Right.
It's not something that's got a lot of fat in it, but it acts like that.
And it gives it a really good flavor. You could also do that avocado we put in here. You could mash up some avocado and use that as a condiment as well.
Okay, perfect.
And then our top of our package is going to be fruits and vegetables. So you can choose what kind of fruits and veggies you want.
I'm going to go a little bit of the wholesome route. These
there
have
you
a lot
go.
of pretty colors in it,
Exactly.
right? Okay.
And then whatever fruit you want.
And we'll do some grapes.
And that is all 5 food groups right there in a sandwich and 2 sides. You fold that together and you put it in your lunch bag and you are ready to go. That is it.
All right, so this is super easy. We've got 5 food groups, and I want to mention, because we kind of talked about it, portion control really is the most important part when you're doing this, right?
Exactly. So when you're selecting 5 food groups, you might be thinking that's going to be a lot of food, having all 5 food groups. But if you keep them in the correct portion size, you can keep your calories, your carbohydrates in check, and still have all of those food groups.
And what about people who are more kind of meal.
Yeah, you could absolutely have taken this hummus that we have as our protein and paired it with something like the pita that we have torn up, and then put it, so that's our protein and our carb, and then put it with something like some apples and maybe some cheese and those raw veggies. So it's more of a snacky lunch. It's not, it doesn't really take much thinking to put that together. So that would be perfect for a snacker.
All right, lots of great options, Paula, all available, of course, at Giant Eagle. So I want to
course.
thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.